Hi everyone, today I'm talking about one of my new investments, which is Amazon. One position that I'd like to get into my top 3 biggest positions. Currently not in there, but I would like it to be very soon. And we're going to talk about the Q4 earnings and how much Amazon are killing it. Like, this is generally, the numbers that Amazon pull out are crazy. Like, I once read the Q3 reports from earlier in the year and the full year guidance, which was really good. So we're going to talk about what's going on with Amazon. So overall, Amazon, they absolutely killed the numbers. They were up after reporting earnings like a good 5-6%, but then we saw a big massive dip on Friday, which brought it down. But because of what they reported, I'm sure we're going to see quite a big jump over the month with more people getting into this stock. So overall net income, the net income was 1.9 billion or 3.75 per share. Now obviously, when you think about the numbers that Amazon are going to do, or if you don't know what the numbers that Amazon do, 1.9 billion actually seems like quite a low number. The reason why Amazon's net income is quite low is because they just reinvest it into other things all the time, acquiring companies or trying to make services better, which is really good to see a company do. And earnings per share was 3.75 per share. And one thing that I want to just put a note on actually about while we're talking about this is these numbers here. These actually have the new tax code in, which I think did change the numbers slightly. I think this and this would have been a little bit lower, but still not too bad. So we'll get into actually dug into the proper numbers that really mean some sort of things. Full year, in the full year, Amazon sales were up 177.9 billion in sales. So that is a big number, and that is up 31%. So we're not seeing double-digit growth, we're not seeing 20% growth, still in the 30s, which is really good to see. Like you always know, 31% growth is a really good thing to be seeing from a company. And overall, Amazon now, instead of just directly being, selling on the website, Amazon is now starting to spread out and become a really big company with the amount of things that it's investing in. I mean, I've put a couple of things in here that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but there's even more investments that they've been making, which I haven't talked about, which make this company really good. So, as well as the Amazon sales being up, obviously Amazon have brought out Alexa recently. Alexa being the biggest voice recognition home device that there is at the moment, and Alexa sales have been up, which is really good. I think they were around 50% mark. Amazon Prime, that's trying to compete obviously with Netflix, and we've also have Disney now coming into this sort of area. Amazon's actually been putting more money to be producing these shows to make them better, to make the services better, and we've actually seen Prime sales go up, which is really good. Obviously we saw the numbers that Netflix pulled out a little bit ago. These numbers weren't as good as Netflix obviously, but they're still pretty good, kind of saying that they've still kind of got that desire for people to come. It's not really being like a Netflix show where everyone's like gone into it and kind of gone, I'm not getting Amazon Prime because it's crap. A lot of people are still getting Amazon Prime, which is really good. And wholesale foods, obviously one of the biggest acquisitions that Amazon did make last year. I think we haven't seen the full potential from wholesale foods yet. I think they've still got a couple of things that they're planning to do with wholesale foods. Obviously we're trying to see these stores that are going to come into action. We've obviously had the first store opening with wholesale foods, using the kind of like linking your Amazon account, walking in, and it pays for it all when you walk out. I think they're still dealing with teething problems before they expand it past one store. But overall, really good what they're doing with wholesale foods. We saw sales up, which was really good. And obviously, one of my favourite things that I like looking in companies is how they're doing with a cloud service. Obviously, we've got this in Amazon. Microsoft that I'm invested in. Adobe is another one. Alibaba, who's probably one of the big players in the cloud market. Google. The cloud sales were up as well. I think they were up around the 50% mark, growing massive as well. So we saw 4 big sides of the company, probably even 5 because we have the actual Amazon sales, Alexa, Prime, Whole Foods, cloud sales, all kind of like the 5 big areas were up big time. And that's not even including other things that they've got going on. they're probably investing in behind the scenes in other areas. They're a little bit smaller than what these areas are. But overall, we saw a big, massive growth. The full year sales were in the 30s, and all these kind of areas going up makes a really great company. I'd like to probably buy a couple more shares in this company. I'm tempted to sell part of my position at Google and maybe make Amazon slightly bigger than Google because they're kind of level at the moment in my portfolio. But that's what I'm kind of thinking about. So guys, give the video a like, let me know what you think about Amazon and their Q4 earnings, and if you're buying or how many shares in Amazon stock. I'll probably do another Q4 earning video after this one, so I'll see you on that video, guys.